Welcome to Everlasting Talk. Hello, this is Everlasting Talk with your host Ever, and this is the Biography series. Before we start, I want you guys to know check out my merch store on teespring.com. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Everlasting Talk. Also check me out on Twitch, which I do gaming. I know it's not history, but it's gaming. I'll talk about history a little bit on there. And check us out on YouTube at Everlasting Talk. Today we're talking about Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar is one of the greatest military generals in history. Julius Caesar was born on either July 12th or July 13th, 100 BCE, depends who you ask, in Rome, Italy. He came from a family of Roman aristocrats, but still not a rich family, per se. His father, Gaius Julius, would actually die in 85 CE or BCE when Julius Caesar was 16 years old. He eventually would help out his mother, Aurelia, to be the man of the household. There was a lot of unrest as a civil war was raging between his uncle, Gaius Marius, and Lucius Cornelius Sulla. Eventually, Julius Caesar would be between uh, Haman Deleus, the high priest of Jupiter, and married Cinna's daughter, Cornelia. After Sulla won eventually against Marius, he was stripped of his inheritance, his wife's dowry, his job, and declined getting divorced, and went to hiding instead. With the intervention of his mother's family and others in the area, he was forgiven and he was able to return to Rome. But he actually decided to join the military. He went ahead to go and serve in Asia and Sicilia. After the death of Sulla, he would start a career in politics and study philosophy. So Sulla was one of his biggest rivals, and yeah, so he decided not to come back until that happened. He would come back to Rome. He was elected as quaestor in 78 BC. It was the same year his wife Cornelia unfortunately passed away, and he went on to serve in the quaestor in Hispania, modern day Spain, Portugal, Andorra. He got remarried to the granddaughter of Zola, named Pompeia, which is crazy, right? Zola wanted him killed, and then Julius Caesar ended up marrying Zola's granddaughter. That's crazy. But she unfortunately drowned in 61 BC. From 61 BC to 60 BC, he would take various positions in government. He would eventually start helping Rome conquer parts of Europe, just the Gauls, which is France, from 58 BC to 50 BC, resulting in millions of deaths. But more trouble brewed ahead as Rome was on the brink of civil war. But by also going, he also went before that. He also went into Germania and Britannica. He took 5 legions with him, but the Brits would be surrounded. But the Brits would not surrender. By 47 BC, he went to Turkey to take out Phineas II, who had extended his power. Though he ended up saying the famous words of Vini, Vidi, Vici during that battle, and then he took down the rebellions in North Africa and Hispania. Pompey fled to the south, declared the emperor, but resigned. Went after Pompey, but after a battle, he went to Egypt, where he eventually helped overthrow Cleopatra and agreed to support her. Cleopatra was installed as pharaoh, but due to mismanagement, Caesar had to put down a mutiny. Um, he ruled artificiously. Caesar forced to throw out other parties. Um, People were fed up with him. He ended up They didn't like anything about him. Eventually, he got too much power. He got too aggressive. He ended up his final meeting on March 15, 44 BCE. 60 of his Senate were ready to kill him with daggers. When the signal went off, all the daggers, they pulled out all their daggers and they stabbed him 23 times. He died uh, at the head of the statue of Pompeii. Wanted to throw him in throw his body in the Tiber River, but was stopped by Mark Antony. Citizens rioted and the murdered will leave the city. The murders will leave the city. So yeah, people were mad that Julius Caesar got murdered by his own Senate. People were ready to declare a civil war, and those who had stabbed him in the Senate just left. So eventually, left a vacuum of power in Rome. But yeah, Julius Caesar. I mean, I think you check out his books. If you have any, any book ideas, any movies, I would definitely go more research on what he did and everything like that. He actually helped invent or create 365 the calendar that we have now. So if the calendar, if you hate your calendar, you know who to get angry at. Julius Caesar. He's the one that did that. But yeah, he had a turbulent life. Obviously, good and the bad. He lost his wife. Another wife drowned. He got excommunicated out of his own country. He fought back. He ended up helping taking Europe, most of Europe, and he's one of the greatest military generals of all time. Yeah. So this is it. This is Ever from Everlasting Talk. Make sure to check out our merch store at teespring.com. Check us out on Instagram and Twitch and Twitter and YouTube. Thank you so much. Sorry for it being short, but see you at the next one. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Everlasting Talk. For more content, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Everlasting Talk. Thank you.